Greetings, listeners and viewers. Your host for the night, Zach, here, introducing you to Spacer's REDUX, a sci-fi podcast by Twisted Gears Studios. If you're a fan and wish to support, visit our merch shop and Ko-fi page where members get extra content, fireside chats, discounts on merch, and more. Otherwise, a like, comment, sub, or review in your podcast app of choice is always helpful. But for now, as we left the crew, having secured a deal with the Empire in a roundabout way, the crew must recover from their series of recent events and address the current status quo on board. You are in flight, you're in hyperspace, you've left the asteroid belt, and as your ship kind of is warping away into a direction that you have yet to really hammer home, you've just left the area just in case things get bad. You did witness a murder, a double homicide actually, to be honest, and you've robbed and extorted a couple of people. We cut back to the mess hall where Flinch and Greg are looking very exhausted in terms of a lack of sleep. Diantha and Clipstick look like a different kind of exhausted, like they've been throwing up all evening. Laurel, not a sign of her. You know she's on board, you didn't leave her behind. Absolutely nowhere to be had. And before we kind of get into the socializing of this, as you're in a rough headspace, one of the things that needs to be acknowledged, Tim's going to come in like, wow, you all look like shit. He seems none the wiser. He seems a little bit stressed out because he's single-handedly been on guard when you guys have not been on the ship with a prisoner you have on board, or at least someone you have not been able to, you have not really talked about how to deal with this person you've had on your ship for a day. And that is another krill named Crass. He is currently bound in your medical bay to a gurney and has been unconscious since he aided in killing your escape and killing the matriarch back on her poisoned planet.
I'm completely
Oh, I'm well aware. That's why I was like, we're going to deal with this other pressing issue first, since it was time needed. But now you have a few extra days on your side. You got to plan what you're going to do next. This is as far as your plan had extended to, but you also have this being that's just with you that you haven't dealt with yet. You all have a headache.
Ugh.
Have fun.
And where's Laurel?
You
no idea.
Know she came on board? She walked past you into the mess hall, probably headed to her room, and locked herself in ever since.
Okay.
Don't we have a prisoner?
Yes, we do. Where's Laurel?
But what happened to you guys?
I was thinking about the plan, what we're doing next. Don't worry about it.
Well, what happened to you?
Oh, did we make enough scratch?
You would have paid. Yeah, you've paid off. You keep a good relationship with Togepi.
Yay!
Me and Greg just stayed up doing legitimate business things legitimately. And
I don't think you could spell legitimately if you tried.
Breck is just nodding.
And made enough money for the bear, so that way he's paid off. So we did very important things. What's happening with you guys? Where's Laurel?
We were celebrating at the restaurant recommended by said
Greckerson, yeah.
Greckerson. And I might have done a thing where I asked for the strongest shot and we drank it. I really have to learn that species are not all the same.
That sounds vaguely racist.
But I need to find Laurel because she, I think, took it a little bit harder than we did.
Really, Laurel?
Well, I don't recall.
She cracked her head on the table as she fell.
You let her go to sleep?
Well, we kind of all fell asleep.
What's your pharmaceutical die?
Oh, that is a good question. My pharmaceutical's D8.
Okay, so after having drank it, you know what you drank.
Oh, what did I drink?
Zavodian rum. Zavodians are a race of undead.
This is the second time, isn't it? Or no?
It wasn't the same thing, but
Yeah,
it
pretty
was similar
close.
sort of thing in the sense of it was meant for people not of this world, yeah.
Okay.
People who
Yeah.
don't have to deal with a constitution.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Fucking Spoody.
Well, look, I mean, and you're talking about a plan, but like we need to take care. We can't be dragging around this prisoner around everywhere.
So what? Yes, about this prisoner.
Oh, keep your voice low. Keep your voice low, God.
You asked me a question.
Yeah. Oh. Go ahead. Just so tired.
Go ahead. What?
Something about the prisoner.
You interrupted. Okay, the prisoner that we have on board. We should talk to them. Have they woken up yet? Do we know?
I probably have been checking in because I know Crass.
Yeah.
So I have
unless
been
you
checking.
tell me otherwise, I assume you've been keeping him sedated so you don't have to deal with it for the time being.
For the time being, yes. But I have been checking his vitals and making sure
He's stable?
He's
Okay,
stable.
let's go wake him up.
Well, let me. And I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna get like a big cup of coffee. It's probably one of the
Whoa.
second
You
time.
just take the decanter with you.
Fantastic, even better.
Actually,
we're-
I'm going to pause you for a
Oh,
quick second.
no.
I apologize. I realized I forgot to do this at the end of the last session. Deantha, you get an ability that I would have done the same thing with the other characters, where you would have been able to attempt this in action. But the encounter did not go the way I'd expected, which was fantastic. So instead, I'm just going to tell you what it is.
Okay.
It is the most complicated of all of them.
Is it talent?
It's a talent.
Okay.
So we might tweak this as we go. I'm kind of trying something. So all for one for all. When making a social check alone, you may gain an effect die equal to the highest relevant skill of any of your party members. When with your team, step down any die in your pool. The bonus die that you get to your allies will be stepped up by 1. What that means is anytime you make a plan, it's stepped up by 1.
Okay. And the bonus die give us. Yeah.
That's the easiest way to use it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually a good.
So, yeah, you get a benefit. So basically, if you're by yourself, so thematically, the idea is when you're by yourself, you can still rely on your team's moral support to help you.
Yeah.
And when you're with your team, you actually can produce a better outcome because you're working with them.
Okay.
Neat.
As long as there's a social skill involved with the check, this can apply.
Can I ask one question?
My apologies. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to give that to you.
No, that's okay. It has been another day. Does that mean another wound is gone?
All wounds go down by 1. Yeah, if you still have wounds, them's go away. If you have any strain, them's are completely gone.
Wound.
Good question. I apologize. None of you heal a wound. If you healed one, put that back. All of you are fucked.
That's true. We are pretty.
You either didn't have a full night's sleep, or you are fucking...
Would that be a strain
hungover.
or wound?
It stays as wound. All your strain goes away.
Oh,
but,
okay. All right.
Wounds don't heal this night because
Okay.
you did not really get a night's sleep.
Oh, fair enough.
Half of you are poisoned, half of you just didn't sleep.
Cool.
Right,
Made money.
my apologies.
You did.
The carafe of coffee.
Yep. Gonna see if Laurel's alive. Like, can we swing by Laurel's before we go down to Crass?
Yeah.
Let's move as a unit. As we're like walking and we're all like leaning
Yeah.
into each other.
That's right. Passing the carafe along, all of us, just all taking a sip.
We're passing the... You with Greg?
I would not be drinking from that.
We were poisoned. What could be worse?
Germs.
Very quick answer.
That was a very damn answer.
Yeah, it's fair.
Y'all reach Laurel's door. Bong, bong, bong.
Sounds like
And you hear a slamming sound after the broom.
Sounds like she's alive. I need to visually check. And I open up the door.
She's face down on the ground, and the slamming sound you heard was her trying to reach for the bed and missing.
I'm gonna go up to your face.
She has like one
I
arm
just-
on the bed.
I'm gonna start petting Laurel
Mm.
on the head. I've got coffee.
I think I'm dead.
Not yet.
Why not?
That sounds like a threat.
Why not?
We still got more stuff we have to do before that happens. And I'm just gonna give you the cup of coffee. We gotta do some work now, hun. Let's go.
I can't drink it when I'm lying down.
You can get up.
Everybody tries to get you up to a sitting position.
Takes a hold of Laurel's arms and just.
Greg's in the back holding up her tail.
It takes all four of you to get her to a seated position.
Here, have some coffee. There, go.
I drink the entire craft.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Little body, big body, it's fine.
I'll go make more.
We're
And
gonna
I sort of like fall forward.
No. How about we just get Laurel in the bed and then we just go continue on doing what we're doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
have
mean, let's be honest. I think Laurel needs some rest.
Fair enough.
I need to go to the medical bay anyway because the poultice I have on this, because I have 4 wounds still. Poultice I have on this is,
Poultice? You put the poultice on.
When you lift the bandage, there's it's like sticky.
yeah. I just put
It's got a bunch of grenadine
I just
soaked.
grabbed some stuff and like put it on there.
The grenadine is what's
Oh.
holding it together.
Looks like grenadine, but it is not.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, we need to go to medic anyway, I guess.
Yeah.
And you still have wounds, don't you?
Just
That's still wounds. I think we all should probably go down to the medic and get
can I make
repatched.
more coffee first?
You do that, but you come meet us in medic. Cool.
Are you okay? You're little.
I'm better than you are at the moment.
You're little too.
We're all little in comparison. I'll go with Laurel. You guys go to the med bay and we'll make sure we all meet up.
All right.
And as you three leave the bed bay and leave Flinch in the room with Laurel, to help Laurel out by herself, you turn around. Okay, now how do I do that?
She does slowly like
Can
start
you
to.
can you crawl?
I'm gonna get up, and she like uses the wall to like pull herself up, and so she.
The walls are your friend.
Just scratch marks all over calls.
Okay. Let's go. Let's
Fine.
Meanwhile, Diantha, Greg, and Cryptic, you are outside medical, knowing that inside on the gurney there is another insectoid. So, before you on in, do you say anything before going on in, or do you just head right on in?
There is no amount of preparedness for Cliptic at this point. It's just going to have to be wake up and see what happens. So unfortunately.
Go on in. He's in a chemically induced sleep, so you'll have to wake him up.
Yep.
Do you want to heal Greg first, just to procrastinate it?
No, I'd rather get this over and done with. He's fine with his grenadine patch.
I can start on my own new poultice while
Yeah.
this interaction's happening.
So,
Roll me a medical check.
You do have medical.
yep.
Surprise.
True, sort of.
The only issue is because you're doing it to yourself, I have to roll a thing that adds a difficulty onto this. So your health is at what, 4?
Yes. And I have 4 wounds.
I rolled a 1, so it's just 4.
Okay.
Your difficulty is 4. So while he gets his dice pool together,
My dice pool is 2d6.
roll it. Well, I don't know the d6 where you're in the medical bay.
Oh,
Just toss that real quick just to see.
that is 5d6.
Heal the wound.
Yay!
You put on clean bandages.
I want to get something like an Advil or whatever and give it to both me and Diantha, and I'm going to use the thing that's called one for you and one for me.
What a brilliant use of that ability.
Yeah.
Absolutely roll it. What's your current complication then?
My complication
Yeah.
is...
Both are D6s?
yeah. Yeah.
And you make 76.
76? Okay, so then that would be 11 d8.
You take the pills, and in a few minutes, you're going to start feeling the effects of this go away. Complications are gone.
Complications are gone?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For you too.
We just
Laurel's still dying.
We just need sleep.
Do I still have headache as my thing?
Oh, the matriarch headache.
Yeah, it was a matriarch headache.
I should have just made that worse, but no, you can get rid of it.
Okay.
Forget it. Get rid of it.
Okay.
Okay. There he
Cool. Yeah, well, I'm going to wake him up. Yep. Basically.
is. And he slowly starts to come to and wake up.
I'm going to very obviously, with my body moves, kind of go behind, not behind you, but definitely you're in the foreground of him waking up, because I just don't know how to start that conversation.
Great. Awesome. I'm so friendly about this. Am I supposed to be
Excellent
nice?
bedside manner.
Am I supposed to be nice to him?
He did help us escape.
Okay.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, we got a 50-50 on this right now, I think.
I have some personal history with
you
him,
do.
but I'll lay that.
That's why
Later.
That's why we're here as needy people.
And as you're talking, you just start to hear a voice kind of chittering. Am I dead?
No, you're fine.
Oh, that was such a very quick answer. I don't feel fine.
You're not. Well, you're fine in the sense that you're alive and you're not in the clutches of a evil woman. But
Well, that is fine then, I suppose.
yeah, I'm sorry. Can I get? I don't know if I got your name. Crass. I'm Diantha. It's nice to meet you. You are on our ship. We took you out of that horrible place, Hive. And the matriarch is dead, and that entire colony has exploded.
As you just unload all this information on him, he just starts like a computer backlogging, be like, "Oh, what the fuck?" He's like, "Well, she's like, no, she's pretending to be dead."
I'm gonna go up, and I'm going to be like, I'm gonna say, it's true, Crass, and I'm gonna mind meld with him.
Good. Anything you need to do for that, or is it just a thematic thing?
It says when performing a role when using a psionic power, step down highest die to add any
yes,
character's
yes.
willpower to your die.
You don't need
roll.
to worry about this right now. You're not making an attack.
Oh, okay,
It's just
perfect. So it's just
an encounter thing.
So yeah, so I'm gonna touch and I'm gonna basically project everything that happened from us landing, all of the steps and stages, and then
All right. It all floods his mind very quickly.
Yeah, it would.
And just blood starts to pool out of his, whatever the equivalent of a nose would be for rolls.
that's fine.
And just kind of comes to again. And what, Cliptic, you're pretty set on doing this.
Oh yeah.
So you don't notice this too much, or at least don't think anything of it. Greg and Diantha, as soon as Crass sees Cliptic, there is an immense amount of fear that crawls across Crass's face, and he tries to fight against the restraints on the table. And then as soon as Cliptic does the mind melding thing, the body just and then goes back to like trying to break out of the.
While he's still
again.
trying to do that, I'm gonna take a cloth and try to wipe away the blood. I'm gonna look like I'm being very sincere and gentle, but it's taking me a lot of restraint.
We're gonna get something we're gonna get your rolls. Like you said,
No, I'll let this thing kind of happen. It's I'm not going to.
you need to make a social check.
What do I need for that?
Willpower and some kind of social skill.
Oh, I have a stress and willpower.
If I would love to try and understand what the relationship is.
Intimidation.
You're intimidating
No, maybe
him?
not.
I don't know if I would call this intimidating.
Interrogation?
Are you interrogating him?
This is a prisoner.
Yeah, but you're. What's the point of
think we're
gesturing to
helping
try and
him.
clean his
Yeah. It's an intimidating one.
What?
face? You are intimidating him?
What's this one?
Intuition?
Call bullshit on that one.
So that's being
It's gotta
able to
be based
read
social
him
check.
and know what he
What it is.
wants. And
It's up.
needs.
It's up
To be
to.
You trying to be scary?
He did do a dirty in my past, for sure. How about concentration? Can I do that? No, can't do concentration.
This is a social gesture. Why are you trying to clear away the blood on his nose? What's the point?
This is a very complicated thing for my character
Yeah.
because we were friends at one point, but then there was a big betrayal.
Yeah.
But this is the first person out of my past that has shown up in a very long time.
Yeah.
So I'm not 100% sure.
How about just influence?
Influence?
Yeah, just roll the d6.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is your intuition die, Diantha?
Intuition? I
Would be
don't
under perception, I think.
have deduction, not intuition. Not intuition.
Okay, so a d6. Gotcha. Okay. Roll that for me, please. You.
I don't have 2 dice for this.
Really?
You don't have any social or any distinctions that would help with this?
I have for friends defending. I have passive aggressive, silent but deadly, and then comforting. And I'm not
Passive aggressive.
passive aggressive.
Add
Yeah,
D to this. This is
Okay.
a switch to passive aggressive.
no, that's a 1. So, 74.
5d4. So you won.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Even with the 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna use that right now. So go on up and with that, with your passive ability there, the skill on that, you get this. There is a history here. Krast is terrified of Cliptic. Is not mistaking Cliptic for somebody else.
It is Cliptic.
The Cliptic causes discomfort.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep an eye on it for now. I'm not gonna.
Okay. You clean away the blood. He slows in terms of like instead of struggling because it's clearly futile, but he does kind of stay as far leaned away as possible, and the breathing is still hyperventilating.
I'd imagine it would be. Yeah.
As if like just ready to fight you with whatever is capable of.
I, realizing we need information, and I'm probably not the one to do it, I'm gonna get up, and I'm just gonna push you towards to sit down, and then I'm just gonna stand back and watch the situation.
Are you staying here, Greg?
Greg's probably stepped to the side, and he's now resting because his head's kind of a little bit bigger than the rest of him, bobbleheady. He's standing with his head on a stool because he's tired. And he's awake and he's paying attention, but he's standing with his head on a stool.
I am going to say one thing, and I know it's probably a stupid small little thing, but I've removed the scarf before I went and touched Krast. 'Cause so far that scarf in Cliptic's head is a different personality to the one that he's presenting now.
Yeah.
This is worked.
Yeah.
So,
What have you done?
What have you
I've
done?
broken you.
Yeah, so I've removed the
Okay.
scarf for
Done.
sure.
I'm the breaker.
Oh my god. All right. Anthony, you're up.
I'll. Do you need that stool right now?
Just like
Greg's like, and he takes both of his hands and he puts them under his head like he's lifting his head with his hands on one side, and then he like kind of wobbles over to like a different chair or a lower table
Countertop.
and puts his head down again.
Great. I'll put the
Let's
stool
go.
over
Bonk.
and then just seat so I'm a little more level with him.
Okay.
Krast, I can assume you probably have some kind of past relationship with our friend Cliptic. Would you be able to share more about that with me?
Why are you working with him?
I don't claim to know much about your past or Cliptic's past, but I do happen to know that the matriarch is a horrible, horrible person who makes other people do very horrible things.
Yes. This we agree.
Mm-hmm.
Cliptic is a murderer.
Cliptic murdered the matriarch.
Well, I suppose good can be done without a conscience.
Perhaps then in this moment, in this situation, we can think of this as more of a the enemy of my enemy is my friend situation.
Roll me a social check. Yeah, whatever you think is relevant in the situation here.
I'll leave the timing up to you, Zach, but whenever we're done making coffee, we're going to
You're
head
gonna come
towards
on
it.
in?
oh yeah, we're gonna come back.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up?
Sorry, clarification.
Yeah.
He thinks that I've just murdered the matriarch, right?
No, there's something else going on
Just
there.
Apparently that I don't know. Okay.
Bye.
You just found out about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, all I really want from you is I want to know what your experience was, where we found you, why you were not influenced like all of the other creatures on that ship.
There was a pecking order. I would have been next if the cast had failed. I was put to work in other ways. If I answer your questions, can I leave?
You're free to, but where do you think you would go?
Away from here.
He kind of like gives like a sort of glance to Cliptic when he says that. At that point, the door will open up and you'll see a very like these dark purple bags in people's eyes with a garbage bin filled with coffee. Don't know how
Oh,
it
I
happened,
thought
but
it was
here we are.
And a mug
I
of
thought it
tea.
was
Or
gonna be
pale.
vomit. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Um,
I've just passed the mug of tea over to Cliptic. And I look at Dan and I go, oh, I don't know what you like.
I had nothing. Onwards.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah. When you
and
pass
in front
me
of her
the tea,
is Flinch as well, also.
when you pass me the tea, I immediately put it off to the side.
Clippy's real tired.
And I've got a mug, but it's got the same patch. I just got sort of glued onto the mug. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
It's like, ugh.
Okay.
Horse is me.
Oh, it's awake. He's awake. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's another bug, yeah?
Yeah. Welcome to this discussion. You're not a prisoner here. We don't want to keep you.
We already have a bug.
Yeah, but I mean, why do we have them?
Because we saw somebody in the clutches of an evil matriarch,
Yeah.
and before we blew up the planet,
Yeah,
probably for the
we
best
did
that we
that.
take anyone who's willing with
So
us.
it wants to join us? And we can
I don't
always-
think so. I think this is a matter of the more information that we have, the better.
Why didn't we drop him off at the mall?
We don't need. He knows a lot.
I don't know if you're in a
We're pretty-
condition to be let out just yet. We probably want to make sure that you're a little bit more healed before you go.
We're doing some pretty clandestine, timey-wimey stuff, right?
It's true. He shouldn't know about it.
Yeah, we just need, you let him know about the matriarch situation,
Yes.
Yes.
and he believes us.
Yes.
Even after.
You
He's not being
you get the
rash,
sense
no.
he's
not being rash.
lying to himself. Yeah, he's not being rash. That's very much better way to put it. He's not being rational in regards to that.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. No. She's real dead.
Regardless of the nature of
Play
it.
the sound.
We're not right now. The time is not. we need to have some lessons on like understanding the moment and knowing what
Sound.
at what point things are the right and when it's maybe time to wait to save it. We'll work on it. In the meantime, all we want to know is what you know of the matriarch's objectives and goals.
I wasn't privy. I'm just a mechanic. I just build things.
What were you building?
You got a friend.
Horrible things.
Oh, yeah, you really got a friend.
Yeah.
I pointed Lynch.
So
You go on.
I interrupt and I jump in. I move forward when he says he's a mechanic in that place, and it was horrible things. I'm like, oh, that tech that was there, that bio stuff.
Yes.
You helped build that?
Yes.
Oh, I have so many questions. I have so many questions.
Consider just being sensitive about it.
Sensitive, but I mean, your technological know-how is off the charts. And I mean, if Clippy 2 was here, I'm sure they would understand, but we're
There's
just...
another
No.
one.
Oh, there
It's
is.
like
There's
wrestling
not.
against-
No.
There is.
Why is he tied up?
Clippy 1 is like really broody.
Eyes up here. Just pretend there's one for now.
I mean, he can hear us. But no. What? Hey, man, it's okay. It's okay. Wait, we got out of that mess. We can work together on this. I mean, it's nice having another... What? Broody McBruderson?
I mean, the restraints.
The tension is quite palpable between me and Cross.
I don't
just-
think Flinch would see that.
No.
He's just intensely
No.
interested in the
No.
mechanics, in
I'm
the
gonna
technology.
kind of interrupt because of the confusion.
Go right ahead.
And I'm going to say, who have I murdered?
Other beings. That was your job.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Oh,
sorry.
dude, you got paid to murder
yeah,
people?
you're right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that part.
Yeah, dude. Getting paid to murder people.
Hey,
That's what we do.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
not the time.
Yes,
Oh.
sorry. And I'm going
coffee.
to...
Drink your coffee.
Hey.
I'm not going to justify it because I know exactly what had happened there. But I'm going to look at you, or you, Crass, and be like, fair enough. But I also did not betray my best friend.
But you weren't my best friend anymore. don't remember doing all of the things that you did, do you?
I remember that my mentor, Tactic, tried to get me out of that, and you betrayed him to the matriarch.
I didn't know he was involved.
In what? You were also a follower of the matriarch. Heavily. Same as me.
None of us were willing. Not
So-
even you.
So then why are you saying I'm a murderer? If I wasn't willing.
Roll me a social check.
Fuck.
If you're getting involved, you're rolling social checks.
But we can
motherfucker.
use this. When with your team, step down any dice and your
Yes.
the bonus die given will be stepped up.
Yeah, if you want to roll something to give them a social die. Actually, to keep it simple,
I just give.
yeah, you have
him
what's
one
the
of my-
highest social die that you'd be giving?
Probably leadership D10.
D10, wow,
D12.
that's... Oh, what?
It's because it stepped up.
Oh,
Step it up.
And
I'm not going to get you to roll, then have you roll. Just
Okay.
take the D12.
while you're getting your dice and everything together, Flinch sort of looks up at Laurel and is just like, "Oh, this sounds like trauma stuff." Ugh.
You don't have that, do you?
Am I doing
No.
first or you gonna-
Saying difficulty.
And I kind of like after saying that, I look over to where I'm assuming Tim is also in the room. It's like just nod as if
Yeah, there's no
Flinch doesn't have trauma, neither do you.
As this kind of gets intense, Tim goes, "I have work to do." That's a 64.
Oh, a 64?
Yeah.
So don't
Yeah,
put a couple.
crush
right?
'em.
So you get a hero dice with that.
The D12 hero die.
Okay.
Do you want to have it already?
No D8.
A D8, sorry. D8 hero die. Not D12, sorry.
I don't have any hero dice.
There you
You're
go.
critical to twice.
Wow.
You get the sense, the perspective that he's putting on it is the last time you'd seen Tactic. Like, what does Cryptic define as the last time you'd seen Tactic?
Probably Tactic trying to tell me to leave.
So not the monstrosity you saw in the station?
Oh, sorry. Yes, you're right. Yes, the monster. Sorry, I thought you were talking about historically.
No, that's what I mean. But like, what
do
does
consider.
Cryptic define as the last time he saw Tactic?
Would be, yes, as the monstrosity that became.
So as you're having the conversation, and he kind of looks at you in that way, you get the sense that he's connected you the same way.
Oh.
The last time he saw you, you had done something in his mind truly vile, and
Oh,
sees
okay.
Tactic the same way as you. Matriarch even said that you were being primed to be that, and because you left, Tactic took your place.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Okay.
You get the sense there might be some actions that you had taken that you don't remember.
That's probably, yeah, that's very quite possible.
Even though you have done some horrible things you do remember.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
But that's where you get the understanding where he's trying to find words for it. But there is also an innate telepathic connection that can happen as you're communicating at the same time. So a bit of that conversation kind of happens passively in that way, where he's with such a high roll, he does begin to relax and is beginning to accept that you presently might not be that thing.
Okay, fair enough.
But that doesn't change how he first saw you in the room.
Right. No, that's fair enough.
Right?
Okay.
You're a boogeyman.
After that exchange, I'm gonna back off because if I stress him out too much, I'm afraid that we're not gonna get anything from this conversation.
Yeah, the other issue with that benefit is that you totally dealt with 10 points of strain damage. So
Oh,
you know.
did I?
Well, that's how social checks work. So yeah,
Yeah.
you're correct. He will be illegible to talk to after so much damage.
No, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I'm gonna back off then. Yeah.
So, like, he's scared of you because of stuff you did way back when, but, like, the matriarch was in your brain then, right?
Yes.
Trauma. Ugh.
Do you remember that?
I believe I've already told all of you in the
You
past
did.
that I was a
Tell-
mind breaker, a torturer.
But the guy we saw, he didn't look like he knew what he was doing.
The guy we saw.
In the pod thing.
Oh, that was Tactic.
Oh shit.
That was my mentor.
I'm sorry, dude.
And unfortunately, the price was paid that I was freed, and he was not.
Yeah.
But I don't know, because he didn't look. Would that have been what you were like?
Yeah, like, how monstrous
So-
were you?
I was monstrous enough that I had killed for the matriarch.
Yeah, well, we knew
With
that.
yes, but
Your mind powers.
But the thing I think that I'm having trouble with was for Tactic, I don't think he had his mind at all. Like, I think it was fully broken, reprogrammed is the only word I can think of.
He didn't look like he knew anything that was happening.
No, I don't think he did. Am I correct in that?
That's a nice wish.
You would have to make a mental resilience check to look back into your torture memory.
Oh, I don't think I can do that
Exactly.
at this point.
So if you want to psychoanalyze your memory, you could.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why I feel like that's a nice wish.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, but I'm surprised that Krass is also still alive, to be honest with you. He was the only one I recognized that was from the past. There was nobody else.
You didn't really get a chance to look at
No.
all of the people that were there.
Yeah.
There's
Okay,
tons.
that's fair.
But the way that your friends describe having found him is unique.
Mhm.
He had not been assimilated in any form. He was rigged up to some devices on a gurney in a
Yes.
separate
Yeah.
medical chamber. There was something else going on with him. He's being kept alive and fed for different reasons.
Okay.
He was like a backup.
Yeah.
He describes himself as a backup, but also just from the conversation we've had with him is that his interim function until he needed to be used as a backup to the brain battery was as a mechanic for something.
Okay.
So as I asked before, what were you building?
Organic technology. I studied a lot of Savodian weapons, ships, a lot of unique defenses for Zavodian capital ships. Matriarch used them for barter and favor.
What do you know of the matriarch in Shovak?
That name is familiar. I think many of my designs were for him.
For Shovak. The
Yeah.
matriarch was building things for Shovak. Through you.
Yeah. We need to talk schematics.
If you
He
are able to give Flinch here some of the schematics and the specs of those ships and those weapons, we took down the matriarch because we're taking down Jovac. You said they're horrible things. We can find ways to destroy them.
Yeah, you used your mind, forced to create horrible things, and now you get to choose to use your mind to help take them back apart again.
I mean, he kind of looks perplexingly at Cliptic and is like sizing you up in the sense of you're in on this plan.
So, I realized that there's been a lot of fucking interaction between you and me. And so, to try and calm myself down, because right now I'm a little ball of rage, I actually go back and I actually put the scarf back on to calm myself.
Aw.
Oh.
Aw.
And then I go over, and then I am actually genuinely going to be caring. And I'm going to, oh God, my character's going to say something along the lines of, we've both been monsters of our time. It is now our chance to make things right.
I will allow you
Okay?
to make the social check with your medical skill
Okay.
and Diantha's D12. As she's still in the room, kind of guiding this.
Like my general medical skill?
Like for you have first aid?
I have first aid at D8.
You can use first aid. You're going up. It's first aid sort of thing, right? Like you're taking.
And is that intelligence kind of thing? Or would that be...
intelligence?
It would be intelligence. Okay.
His dice are going to go up as he's kind of becoming more consciously aware of things.
And I'm going to do that one too.
Your difficulty's a 13d8.
Don't forget the D12.
Oh, right. I have that as well.
And a d6 because this is a medical check in your medical bag.
Right, okay. And I am going to use Ohm is where the heart is, which is a comforting.
Nope.
I have 1-1. But I can do a 16 d12.
Hey!
So
Holy shit. Okay. 16d12. Yeah, that's more than enough. For the first time that you've been talking with him, the hyperventilating ceases.
Okay.
And you get the idea that he might actually view you, at least in this particular moment, as a peer and not a fear.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm actually going to start to release him from the gurney.
Jill watches Cliptic starts pulling off the cuffs. And he very, very, very slowly just takes the hands up, and he does not seem to jump out of the gurney in any way.
Okay.
The D12 effect die and the 3 extra points of social damage that's accrued from that is enough to basically he's where now that you've released him, technically this would just make him not want to talk anymore. Now he's just he's gonna sit up and just is insulary but is not rejecting of saying things. Does that make sense?
I pull a meal replacement bar out of my pocket and I hold it out to him. I brought it for me, but I'm still feeling nauseous.
Take my mug and I dip it in your pocket.
Oh my god.
Take it.
It's strong fucking coffee. There might be motor oil in it.
How big?
That's how I like it.
How big is the pail bucket of?
Like a garbage bag, right? It's like a
Is
garbage
it?
can.
So it's like laurel pail.
That's
size.
a laurel tail.
Okay.
It's like Oscar the Grouch being carried.
Greg's gonna be like, Laurel,
Yep.
can I have some coffee?
Don't swim in it.
Don't stick your gravy rag in it.
No, I won't do that. I promise. Okay. You can just put it down because I'm shorter.
Put it down.
Okay, I'll put the gravy rag on the floor, and then I'll get in the pail.
I said don't swim in it.
So Greg, I'm not swimming. It's not big enough for me to swim.
Just sits.
I just sit. I'm up to my neck. The gravy rag is not in the coffee.
Aw.
Let's say it's cooled off enough. Yeah.
Yeah, it has. We've been sitting for a bit.
Oh, you need
And then
to
he scarfs down the bar.
clean that up.
Thank you.
I reach out and grab Cliptic's abandoned tea. Sorry.
That's fair.
Yeah.
If you
This is a great font of information.
if you have the ability to give us any of those information, those schematics, we'd be happy to drop you off wherever you want.
I can try. I don't have any paperwork on me. It's all in my head.
Well, no, we can go to the engineering bay, and there's me, and there's Tommy Tim, and we can.
Tim.
Yeah, it's a fantastic mechanic as well. Has a different thought process than me, and we can work together on this.
You will also need someone with medical knowledge. This is not a mechanic job.
I
It immediately looks at Flinch. Immediately looks at Greg.
No.
if you are willing to work with me, I can help translate information and fill in gaps.
Well, I mean, it's fine because it's Clippy too. Clippy one's a bit too broody. It brings the mood down. But Clippy 2 works out really well.
Cliptic has his hands in his head in his hands.
It's psychological. Just don't ask any questions.
Yeah.
So it's just his psychological regards to Cliptic. He goes, oh.
The scarf, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna have Cliptic's gonna have his head in his hands, being like, "Oh, this has backfired drastically."
Clippy 2's just nicer.
A new start. As it were.
And you know what? As soon as I hear that, I'm gonna go, "A new start," and just look at you.
Only if he is in the room.
Of course.
My God, somebody wants me around.
Right? That's so weird.
Yeah,
Is
okay.
there a reason why I shouldn't?
Oh, he
No,
smells
I'm
funny.
lovable.
I'm like he might.
Starts doing a little stretch in the shoulders.
Christ.
No. It's you know, as you know, you're a mechanic, and the engineering mindset sometimes it can be off-putting to people.
Biomechanic, actually.
Yeah, which is fantastic. Mechanic, biomechanic, bio, perfect.
What's Tim?
Tim?
Yeah.
Assistant.
I thought the word was awesome.
Yeah, yes, Tim, fantastic, awesome. Yes.
Understand.
If we can't understand it, Tim will.
Okay.
Well, I don't.
We can also use Greg as backup medical. You're really good at some things I remember you talking about before in your bucket of coffee. Aren't you good at, like, what's the word?
Surgery.
Yeah.
Surgery?
Everyone's just,
What?
yeah, like, but biosurgery stuff as well. Like, aren't you really good at? Is it just regular surgery, or is it?
I mean,
Technically, I'm only so at this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Oh my god.
Well, Flinch is just trying to.
SCW.
Yes, it's written right there.
I'm so at this.
Yeah.
I have a
but
D8 in surgery.
Flinch is just trying to include Greg.
Yeah.
He always tries
Nice of
to
you.
include
That's
Greg.
very nice.
Can we go to a bigger room?
I think we all need a bit of a rest, to be honest.
You start hearing a soft snoring. Greg's head has officially fallen back, his mouth's open, and he's asleep in the pail of coffee.
He's going to drown in there.
Laurel just reaches in, pulls him out, lets him drip off, and do we have more?
Hangs
We
him
have
up on the
only
shelf.
one bed in here, right?
Yeah.
I just sort of set some on the
Code
floor.
hook on the back of the door.
No, I just set some on the floor next to the coffee, so he's in a little puddle.
That's fine.
I take the gravy rag and just lay it over him like a little blanket. just stretch it out and just.
He does not wake up during any of this.
No.
Yeah.
Stains so bad.
At least he smells better than he usually does.
I don't want him to drown.
I don't want
It's a real stupid way
Brass
to
by
die.
himself, though. If we're all gonna go for a rest, somebody's gotta stay with him. But he doesn't
I'll
want me
stay.
there.
I'll stay.
Okay, no second.
We'll, with that
Okay.
logistic out of the way, we'll just kind of crash cut to the next morning.
Okay.
You all may heal one wound.
Thank God.
Okay,
Need
yes.
rest, yeah.
And anyone who has a poisoning can
Me.
drop it down by one. If it's a d6, it's gone.
The undead.
What?
Z-
Oh, Zavodians.
Zavodians?
Zavodian
The Zavodians
rum.
are very diametrically opposed, so everything that they make has a bigger effect on us, and that's how I'm justifying it.
Zuzu pedals.
Yeah, definitely not the head injury at the same time.
I
Well, that hell, didn't help.
If they were like undead, I would all over that. I'd love playing undead. That'd be so fun.
Speaking of the undead, because way back when, the first time we encountered the Seven, we were on a ship. We boarded a ship. It was manned by undead folk,
It was.
wasn't
A significant component of the Seven's forces are Zavodian.
Or Zavodian, yeah.
In fact, so one of the things that, so I'm gonna kind of take the group and put you back into like a corral of like we're gonna talk out a plan here. Jovac's flagship is Zavodian in build, but it was very unique in its build when you had last seen it. Its capital ship.
Gas made it.
Or help.
Or parts of it are systems or something.
Yeah. So getting that information will help
So,
us.
in the mess hall the next day, Christ is cleaned up, sitting there on the table with a lot of you all. And yeah, no, you're on to something there. A lot of the Seven's forces are the technology, particularly Zovac's flagship.
So you are all gonna go work on these schematics then?
Yeah, I'm just gonna eat a little bit, but I'm just gonna have let's have our little time here in the mess. How's everyone feeling?
Fine.
There's a ginormous plate of bacon just in the middle of
Where did you
That's
even
the
get
only
that?
thing that Laurel made for breakfast, but she made a lot of it.
But we thought you were making it for all of us.
Well, it's in the middle of the table, and she's like just taking it
Tim
directly off
slowly
the.
goes to grab one as you growl, and he puts his hand in.
I'm feeling pretty good, but before I do anything, I'm probably going to take a bath. And Greg is over next to the counter with a bucket, and he's filling it with coffee.
I just finished cleaning the last one. Put a towel down.
We have those.
What have you been using for anything?
Well, I take a shower and then I just sort of like
What is Crass's face?
let myself. I just let
You
myself
filled
dry
the
off.
I know the water stains in the mirror.
One at a time. One at a
Sorry.
time.
All the way to the top. It's
Yeah.
like,
Well,
we
So
all,
you just shake yourself off and you leave the shower?
yeah.
Okay.
What do you do?
this,
I use a towel.
yes, thank you. It's so nice to
You
have
all
somebody.
killed the matriarch?
Oh yeah, she's dead. Play this out now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds like a zit.
Yep,
exactly.
it's great.
Are you sure that it's not a very large zit?
She was a very large zit. Right.
No,
I'd tell you the story, man, but like, there's 3 of you, and it's making me dizzy.
There is only 3 of me and 2 of you. Are you all in need of ocular implants, aids, visual aids?
Tink, tink.
You should be fun. How many fingers am I holding up? I take it back.
Is it really a finger?
And
Well,
you,
that's very bug of you.
You just hear off to the side.
that's disturbing.
While this is all going on, I'm going to pass Crass a cup of tea, and I'm going to say things have changed quite a lot since the last time we met.
Clearly. And then he just...
So before we start working on all the schematics and stuff, we do need a plan of what we're looking for.
Yeah, that's what she was saying.
Yeah. I don't think she did. But when we go to Kairos, is it that we need to keep everything as similar as possible to when we went there the last time?
You need to replicate everything as identically as possible.
Okay. Was that what it was?
The benefit to this is that you didn't really pay much attention to what there was. You only know the following things. The specifics of which you don't know. But you knew that there was a Canastian air wing.
Mm-hmm.
You knew that you had seen a large army in conflict with the Seven.
Mm-hmm.
You're pretty sure you had seen the following 2 vessels and assorted vehicles as well. You had seen the Heap.
Yeah.
And you had seen Purgatory.
Oh yeah, weird.
The station is able to move. It has warp capabilities. It just tends to live on the edge of pirate space.
How did we get Purgatory there last time?
We didn't.
They just showed up.
They just showed up. We need to make sure they show up.
So we need to go to Purgatory.
We gotta go. How long before Jovac escapes?
One day.
Today.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
You spent all yesterday talking to Crass.
That's right.
Today.
And how long would it take to get to Purgatory?
So did we get Purgatory there, or did Jovac take control of Purgatory and get it there?
Oh, I thought he escaped off of
He
Purgatory.
got off onto an undead ship.
Yeah.
So we have to get Purgatory there ourselves.
Unless we leave it to chance, but I don't really like the sounds of that.
No.
I mean, we all heard about how you were gambling.
Chance doesn't like me.
No.
The warden should
darn.
still be on Purgatory, right?
No, you took him. Your past selves took him with you.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, where is the warden?
Where
Where is the warden?
Didn't we leave him
We left him somewhere.
with the captain?
I was gonna say. I think that your other selves took him with them.
Yeah. Yeah, we did
That's
get...
what we're gonna say happened.
No, but we did. We did, because he gave me his pistol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and then we had that little moment, me and the warden, we were hanging around doing stuff for a time period. Yes. So our previous selves does that. So if the
we
warden...
need to get the actual
But if
ship
the
itself.
warden wasn't the... And the Purgatory came and was on our side during that battle?
Looked like.
Okay. So if
Again, it's not a lot of specifics you have.
Yeah. But so if the warden, our old selves took the warden, then the warden wasn't there to command Purgatory to be here.
Nope.
And as far as I know, Creepy Crypt Creeper died. I mean, we should shed a tear and hold up a glass. What a fantastic individual that was. Because I was still the one who loved the Creepy Crypt Creeper.
We need to get that there.
I am a creeper.
Well, we can't take this ship there because we would recognize when we see our own ship. Now, when we didn't see our own ship,
Well, no,
and the Canastians are going to see the meteor show up and help it, so there can't be 2 meteors there. So if we fly either the Heap or Purgatory, then we can be there and get the ship there at the same time.
I'm not entirely sure, yeah. Ugh.
Either way, we need to go to Purgatory.
Yeah.
So we don't have to be there on the meteor, but we do have to be there on the heap.
We kind of
Where
want to
would-
be there, right?
It's going to get confusing.
For the first time, did we see a ship that we would now recognize as the meteor?
No, because we were in the meteor.
Yeah, our old selves were in the meteor who came here.
Okay.
The easiest answer is if you wait a couple hours, you'll miss yourselves. You don't got to worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
need
yeah,
to wait
yeah,
until
yeah.
all of that happens.
Yes.
Then we go
Yeah,
to
yeah,
make
yeah.
sure Purgatory comes.
Okay.
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 So how do we make sure Purgatory gets to Kairos?
Because we need to go there to make sure it happens
Well,
after
it's-
we
So
left.
the warden is gone.
Yeah.
Right. By the time we get there, after the 2 hours, right? Because we took the warden
Yep.
with us. So who's in charge of Purgatory after?
Probably us. If we go there and we say, hi, Jovek escaped, we know where he is, let's take Purgatory there.
But then who's operating Purgatory in the fight?
But we don't know
Us.
until we get there hours after.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then who's-
all the command structure that you were aware of was destroyed in the escape, and then you just kind of left because you had bigger problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was not your fish to fry.
But we do need Purgatory to get there if we want to keep it
if
as
we
serious.
pilot Purgatory, we can be there while also not being in our ship. Our ship can be on
Oh,
board
that's
the
true, because our
Purgatory.
old ship is still going to be there to do stuff.
Yeah,
so we can't
if,
be there
if
to do
we
stuff.
bring Purgatory here, if we somehow take control of it and pilot it, then Purgatory will be there. Our ship will not be visible because the other meteor will be visible. We should be the ones to take Purgatory here.
Unless there's someone else who can do it.
Either way, we need
Greg,
to go and
I
figure it out.
need you to grab your willpower die. Any other dice that you may think are associated with your timey-wimey Omega
Yeah.
Greg self.
Right.
Your
You're
Uber,
talking-
anything that you think is associated with your Uber Greg self.
Ooh.
One of the things that you guys are aware of is that your alter self, the other ship, the other meteor, is also kind of roaming around. They're here helping out, doing things. They're just
We're
not with you right now,
Mm-hmm.
right? You can reach out to them.
Mm-hmm.
They have your warden with them. They have a different version of Argus with them. The other two members of the crew, only Greg knows who they are. There was a Tex and there was a Kova,
Yeah.
right? Has Greg told anyone else who they are?
I don't think he has. No.
Is he willing to say that? Because if he is, I'll just say it. If he's not, I'm going to write it down and give it to you.
Why would Greg keep it secret?
Well, I think
As
it's
a
one of
question
those
for Greg.
things where it hasn't really come up as a necessity,
Correct.
right? And he's kind of well, is this relevant to the current thing I'm
This
talking
conversation is very relevant.
about? Yeah. So now it would be relevant finally. Yeah, he wouldn't keep it secret. He would just
Okay. Tex is an older version of Laurel. The warden is not a name, it's a title.
yeah.
He's never told anyone his name after he got his title. His birth name is Kovo.
Okay. Okay.
And so Kovo is just an older warden.
Yeah. Ah.
We need a warden.
You have two.
All right. So Greg just pipes up then and says,
There you go.
Well, I mean, if we need someone who could fly Purgatory without issue, well, why don't we just ask the other one?
What other warden?
Yeah.
And we're
Warden
gonna,
is the warden. Because Flinch still thinks it's a name.
and our past selves are gonna get him off Purgatory and drop him off with Farah.
Yeah, but that's the younger warden. This is the older warden.
Well, where's he?
We can't wait around for him to grow up.
Well, Kovo is with, Laurel, Tex, but Laurel.
Who's Kovo?
What do you mean,
Older warden.
What?
Wait, so this whole time,
We've got... Wait, Kovu is the warden.
he didn't even ask you for the gun back.
Oh, no, he's not getting it back either. That's his own fault. That was a gift. We're friends.
I mean, yeah.
and then Greg's gonna be like,
You say something about Tex and Laurel?
Oh yeah, we're the same person, but like from a different timeline. Real confusing.
I thought it was.
I'm glad there's only one me.
I mean, I thought it was obvious, but that might be, a
That's what-
box thing.
That's why she wanted to go back and save my mom. Oh wait, you weren't there.
No. You have a mom? Good for you.
No, dude, no.
Don't have a mom?
What?
Not even like biologically?
Oh man, that must be awesome.
You must biologically have a mother.
Well, I mean, I think my species works a little bit differently.
I don't think that works that differently.
His species.
We're not here to talk about my mom, okay?
Touchy, okay, touchy.
What about your mom?
Uh,
Not everyone wants
Why
to
are
talk
all the
about their
moms
mom.
bad? Well, I guess your mom is like the equivalent to like the matriarch. So all of your moms are monsters.
Crass goes,
That's it.
no.
By the way, this is getting... So what we got to do is we got to... Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, I just got to step out of role-playing for a second.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I recall when we went to the planet, didn't we see another version of the meteor that was more advanced? Or was that a...
It was
We're in the more
already
advanced
on
version
the
now.
yeah.
but did our old selves see a more advanced
Yes.
meteor?
There, you swapped ships.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
They
Yeah.
took the crappier one and they buggered off with this to keep it safe.
Yeah.
And you have the more
that's
advanced
when we
Yes.
went and brought it back. Okay, so that stuff's already solved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's when we brought it to
Yes.
the planet and
Yeah.
to make the timeline go up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I guess we just need to get a hold of the. How do we do that though? with
other
that?
meteor?
Yeah, but we don't want to. Yeah, we need to.
Is it in this timeline right now?
Yep.
Yep.
It is her.
Yeah, they
need to get-
went off to do other stuff.
Okay, so we need to go get in with them.
Yeah, but we can't. I don't recall our older selves contacting our younger selves.
We're not.
That
No,
doesn't
this
mean
this
that
is
we didn't contact
Kobo
just
and Tax and
Kobo
Farah.
and Tax.
And-
Yeah.
Because there's us, and then there's younger us, and then there's alternate us.
So I think there's 3 meteors, maybe.
Yeah, there
There
are.
are 3 meteors roaming around right now.
So
And then
Kobo and Tex
So
are
not-
alternate us.
Oh yeah. So we got to just get a hold of them.
Yes.
To meet up with us at Purgatory.
Yes.
And then the warden, the older warden, can
Take the ship.
Yeah.
take the ship.
And then we have to figure out the heap, which maybe Farah can take, right?
Well, I mean, that would be. Aren't you in good with the heap? Aren't we all in
Yeah,
good
but-
with the heap?
Farah is the person who leads the heap, right?
Was that the one that was ripped in half?
Yeah, well, the heap is destroyed.
Oh.
The heap wasn't destroyed. Farah was ripped in half.
Yeah, Pharaoh was ripped in half.
But also, you have to keep in mind, as much as it's kind of your y'all's home, it's a pirate crew.
It
If
is.
the captain's dead, it's a fucking free-for-all for the throne.
It is.
Do we have
So we
another
need to do-
Farah?
We do.
We did.
She's hanging out with Tex and Kobo.
So, yes, that's what I'm saying, is that Farah should go to the heap.
Can we fight in a pirate battle? I've always wanted to fight
Hey,
in a pirate
we need to
battle.
contact
I've
the
always
meteor
fought with pirates,
to get
but I've never fought in a
old,
pirate battle.
old Warden and old Farah to get those 2 vessels to where they need to go. That's what we need to do right now.
Yes. You were gonna say something, Clippy, too.
Well, because we know that they're on another meteor, right?
Yes.
So we could easily get a frequency to go and send a message, could we not, to them?
Yep.
Yeah,
It's the
of course.
same, yeah. So why don't we just do that now?
Let's do that.
Yes, of course. That's what we're talking about, Clippy, too.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, fantastic.
Listen, I'm just trying to put it because I'm hearing pirate battles and shit.
We don't need to. Well, we need to deal with the show. Which do you want to have more? Do you have a pirate battle, or finally deal with Jovac?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. How is it close?
How is this a contest?
And then you just hear,
I'm glad you're all finally on board with this.
Grex just lounging with his arms spread out on either side in this bucket of coffee.
I'm never using that bucket again.
Never, you say it again?
I'm never using that bucket again.
Thank you for listening to Spacers. Our next episode will air Tuesday, July 1st with The Call, our Call of Cthulhu's podcast's next episode, airing Tuesday, June 24th. As usual, we thank all of our donators over on Ko-fi, including Noah, Ed Lore, Rosa, Tyler, The Weej, James, Matt Calgill, Blizzard Warning, Sydney, Baba Yaga, Preston, TJ, Alec, No Demons Allowed, Autumn, Roland Arts, Chris H., and Shawdell. Your players for tonight were Bale Liarki, Elizabeth Wells, Janessa Coles, Lindsay Delansky, and Derek Snow. Your GM was Zach Barrett. Have a good night, everyone, and we'll see you next time.